practice emerging that the Education Ministry, or for that matter, government, owes the National Food Buffer Stock Company 300 million cedis in food supplies. The situation has resulted in shortage in some senior high schools as various suppliers have cut supplies to the schools. The NDC minority is warning that the schools may be forced to close down next week if the challenge is not immediately fixed. Now, the Education Minister, Dr. Yao Osei-Duchum, at a conference in the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, assured all is under control. Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of the National Buffer Food Stock, Hanan Abdul Wahab, has been assuring of measures put in place to address this challenge. He spoke in an interview with Joy News' Ernest Menu.
Took over my first official letter that went out of this office was a letter that I wrote to the Director General of Education, asking him to tell all the heads of the second cycle institution to introduce their existing suppliers to the buffer stock platform. So currently, as we speak now, the suppliers we are currently using are those that have had 20 years, 10 years experience with the schools. So we did that. They have come to register, and then they are doing very well.
Now, in the wake of the recent shortages that we've seen, we'll delve into that shortly. There are calls for the system to be reverted, to go back to the old system where the schools directly engage the suppliers. What do you make of that?
But that would have been disastrous, and that would not help solve the problem. Of course, we've all identified that there is a cash flow problem. So when you take it back to the schools and we are unable to send them money in time to buy, what then happens? It still doesn't change the situation now. Rather, it even make it worse. But the reality is that, yes, government is doing everything possible, and suppliers have done their work, and suppliers have gone to supply on credit because we license them to supply. That is why we owe some of them, but we have made effort to also release funds to them so that they can, continue with their supply. So going back to that would not help. I'm sure even the headmaster themselves know for a fact that, because it is not going to be like it used to be. When they used to do all this procurement by themselves, parents were paying school fees. And they have the right to send the children back home if they don't pay school fees. But now it's free senior high school. They have to wait for government to send everything to them. And you know how government business is also, run. So the best channel to do this is the buffer stock system. And like you rightly said at the beginning, for the past 4 years and a half, we've not had some of these challenges of food shortage. But let's not also forget that we are not in normal times. We are not in normal times. There is global crisis as a result of the COVID-19, and most countries are struggling to recover from the shock of the COVID-19. We as a country are doing our best. We are doing well. It hasn't affected production. Production has increased significantly in most parts of the country, and except the imported food items because of the exchange rate and all the same. We are doing our best.
So the specific recent delay, is it just an issue of cash flow, or there are other factors that are accounting for the delays we are seeing?
Yeah, it's the issue of cash flow, which as at last week we have disbursed 130 million Ghana cedis to the suppliers. So the fear of headmasters of inadequate food in their stores or warehouses would be sorted out soon, because most of the chairs have cleared on Friday. So suppliers started their procurement and distribution today, Monday. We have received some signals from other parts of the country that suppliers are.
The 130 is for all schools across the country or specific areas?
So with our system, what happens is that we receive invoices in badges and also send the invoices to Ministry of Education also in badges. Okay. So a supplier, there is 80% probability that in every badge we have suppliers representing every badge. So once we are paying a particular badge, it cuts across. So most suppliers get paid within that particular, payment. So with this 130 million, almost all the suppliers have gotten some money to go in there and then continue with the supplies.
And so schools across the country can expect some food.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
But you say some money, it means that we still owe them.
Exactly.
How much?
The point is that I want you to, understand this. As we speak, every day, invoices keep on coming because suppliers are on the ground supplying, despite challenges of not being paid in time. The suppliers are so at every point in time, government will always owe suppliers. That's the reality. Even when you clear the debt today, tomorrow new invoices will come. So that is how the system works, and that makes it better than reverting back to the schools where headmasters will not be able to go to the market and credit food items from the market because of what? Lack of guarantee. You understand?
Yeah. Is it true that government owes you 300 million? Or is it more?
No.
It's not true?
It's not true.
Government owes you more?
It's not true. Not more, but it's not true. But like I said, government has released 130 million Ghana cedis last week, which we have disbursed. And from now to the end of the week, you would hear, the schools will confirm to you of availability of food.
Do you have systems?
Enough availability of food, because already there are some food. The fear of the headmasters is that they are almost depleting the stocks. So it is better they can request and get the food into their warehouse before they run out of stock completely.
Okay. Do you have a system where you check the quality of food that is delivered?
Yes, we have a whole department.
I'm saying this because today in Sabalibu, the students boycotted class because they claim they are being served with expired milk and tin fish and other things like that. How does that happen? Okay,
so you see, we have a system. We have a whole department called the Food Safety Department. Before any supplier goes to supply any food item, it has to be checked by this department. Okay. We have the food safety where we have quality control officers working under that particular, department. I have also been informed or notified about this Sabalogo situation, which we are going to investigate it. But it could be that I'm not saying that for certainty, but it could be that this is as a result of an old stock that the school has, because quality control, quality checks is a shared responsibility between the supplier and the consumer. So headmasters are encouraged to also check on quality expiration period before they receive, and relate it to the semester or the academic year. Once the food the food item will expire before the end of the academic year or the semester, they are supposed to reject it or take a quantity that can sustain them before it expires. So it's a shared responsibility. We have just been notified about Sabalogo, and we have sent our regional manager, Northern Regional Manager of Buffer Stock, and the Quality Control Officer to go there and get first-hand information about that, the situation.
If it is established that it's a lapse on your part, and I'm talking of the Quality Control Department of Buffer Stock Company, for instance, what happens? Or if it's a failure on the part of the supplier, for instance,
like I said, I am involved greatly in the distribution of milk this academic year. Okay. And I've had meetings, because of this issue of Nestle, a new company has come. We had some discussions and we have inspected, and the quality, the expiration date is perfect. So from the information we are getting, it's an old stock. Okay. But like I'm saying, it is also a responsibility of the receiver or the consumer, in this case, the storekeeper or the headmaster or the bearer, to also check on the quality and relate it to the period. You understand? So it cannot be what we have just supplied a week ago. So all the same, we are still doing our investigation. We don't compromise on quality because we know it's very key here, and as a company, we get to lose when we are found overriding issues of quality.
Let's stay away briefly from the issues of the schools and the challenges they are facing. Generally, prices of food has increased on the market, and once again, buffer stock comes up. The experts will tell you that once we have a good storage system, buffer stock playing a key role, we're able to show up the shortages we see on the markets, which sometimes largely contribute to the hikes in prices. Do we have enough food? What's our storage capacity right now?
We have enough to help stabilize the system, and harvesting is ongoing in some parts of the kind of harvesting and cleaning. Some are doing cleaning. For example, farmers have harvested their paddy rice and they are now subjecting them to milling. What I can say is that we are good to go. We are good to go.
You mentioned paddy rice, for instance. Are you saying that we are not going to have a glut at some point?
No, not.
And we have food perishing at the farm gates
because
no, we are not
going to have the Fumbisi situation again. There's not going to be glut because we have been able to link paddy producers to rice millers across the country, so they can mill as and when the harvest, and right after milling is supplied directly to the nearby schools.
So the price hikes on the market is not because we don't have enough in the system?
No, it is not because we don't have enough in the system.
Now, just finally, the Director General of SIGA somewhere last year mentioned that your outfit was going to develop a 5-year strategic plan. Where are we on that?
Yeah, we are there. We are working with the consultants. They have brought the first draft. We actually went on a 3-day retreat with various stakeholders to put together thinkings and experiences to come out with a strategic plan. We had the first draft. We went through it and did some management, and board did some input, and then we gave it back to the consultant. So we are expecting the consultant to be back by next week with the corrected input. So very soon we would inform you on when we'll outdoor the strategic plan.
But when this is fully developed, how would it be a game changer as far as your operations?
A lot. Is going to really focus more on local purchases, processing, storage, and a better network of food distribution. For example, it's not only the free senior high school program. We have other government institutions that rely on food. For example, government hospitals under the Ministry of Health, Ghana Police Service under Interior, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Armed Forces, and other, and of course, we also want to take advantage on the one district, one factory to, supply raw materials to this this factory. So it's going to be a big game changer because it's going to give us direction. It's going to give us direction. It's going to give us a clear objective for us to work, towards.
Do you play any role in the school feeding program?
Yes. So we do supply them with maize and then rice through the district assembles, so that the caterers go there to pick it from the district assemble.
Because of what we are seeing at the senior high school level, can you give us some assurances with regards to the primary level that in the near future we are not going to see agitations about shortage of?
Oh no, I'm not sure. And just recently, caterers of school feeding program nationwide have just been paid their arrears and they are happy. So I'm not sure we are going to face that problem in the lower primary. But with this, it's temporal. We are not in normal times, and we are working very hard as an institution responsible for food security to make sure that we get over it. This is temporal. We would definitely get over it. In 2018, we were not here to interview me on shortage of food or threatening to close down schools. In 2019, it wasn't done until 2020, where the impact of the COVID is a global crisis. So as a country, we are doing our best, and also as a company, we are also looking for alternatives where we can, change or alter the national approved menu, so that, like I said, we want to, capitalize on local production in terms of, plantain. We have a season where plantain grows in abundance. Then we can do more plantain and its product. A season where we grow, especially in the eastern part of Dagbang, Welensea, Yendi, and Bimbila, where they produce a lot of yam, and some part of Savannah region. Then we can do more of yam and then its product. So we are trying to do elimination by what? Substitution.
Now, just as we wrap up on this conversation, there are parents who are watching you and students who are very much concerned about the situation. What can you tell them as we look into the camera about the shutting down of schools? Many of them are worried.
I can assure colleague, parents, I am also a parent, and everybody in this country is a beneficiary of the free senior high school one way or the other. I'm assuring parents that we are doing everything possible to make sure that there's adequate food, not just adequate food, of good quality. So this rumor of they may be closing down of schools is not going to happen today. It won't happen tomorrow. It won't happen forever. Under the leadership of me, we are going to, go through this turbulence and get stability. And like I said, we have issued, disbursed some huge amount of money to suppliers, and within the week, headmasters will be confirming receipt of various food